No, I'm just gonna. Good morning. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for July 20th, 2019. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Taika Waititi's new directing gig. Netflix is editing one of their shows. We'll let you know which one it is. We've got some updates on a brand new Switch, possibly coming out sooner rather than later. And of course, it's San Diego Comic-Con this weekend, so we've got lots of news, movies, trailers related to that. Stay tuned for more. Still.
Okay, now we're good.
Now we're good.
Now you can hear me.
Now I was just doing the thing like the Muppets
You're
or like Team America.
charades.
Yeah, that's the game.
You guys have to guess what we're doing.
That is the game we're playing this week instead of anything else that we're doing. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Welcome to Big Shoe.
Yes.
To the Barrel Roll Newscast.
Yes.
My name's Tony. Welcome.
Chris.
Welcome. How's it going?
Super duper.
Super duper. I enjoy super duper.
Yeah, right.
Super duper is always good. I wasn't quite sure if I did it last time, if I actually set the stuff out on social media. We're just gonna wing it. Hopefully it works.
We'll see.
I'm sure it's fine.
We can always retweet things and.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Welcome to the show. Let's get started with the big pieces. Starting with Taika Waititi.
The guy who has directed Thor 3.
Thor, the Ragnarok.
Yes.
That vampire, I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called. Something that within us or lies beneath us or shadows.
Yes.
Something to do with shadows, I think it was called.
Shadows between.
What?
Either
Either way.
He's directed things.
He's directing things. I guess, is it official now that he's confirmed? He's back for Thor. Maybe not titled Thor 4.
Well, that's what we're calling it right now.
We're calling it, that's the nomenclature for
yes.
the time being. So Thor 4, Taika seems like he's back on board.
And writing, which they say writing, but based off what we heard about Thor 3, there's not much writing to it. It's just a lot of improv.
Yeah, I imagine 50% of that movie was at least improv.
Oh, more than that.
At least 50%.
So he's back and directing it, which is great.
The question is how does this factor in with the Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it going to be as Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
Is it going to be Thor 4? Like Thor?
I think
and they just kind of word pun Thor with the number 4. Thor?
No. No, I have a suspicion this will be him trying to find himself again.
Yeah. And
maybe get back into shape.
Perhaps he doesn't need to get back into shape. We saw him last time.
I don't know if people. Well, I think people do, but I don't think you're going to stick with Bro Thor.
Bro Thor, yes, being the official nomenclature of Thor's transformation from Avengers.
I don't think that's happening.
I think they'll stick with that for a little bit.
Well, at least for the start, anyway. Until some bad guy beats him up because he's so badly out of shape.
I'd like to have some kind of as Guardians or Guardians of the Galaxy stuff tie-in, seeing as how that's kind of where they left his character. I'd like to see more on that because he was great when they were with Avengers um, Avengers in Infinity War.
Endgame.
No, in Infinity War with Thor and the Guardians.
Oh yeah.
Like they had a really cool like piece there, which I think they could flesh out a little bit more because Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth real good together.
Oh yeah.
So looking really forward to that, even though we don't know exactly what Marvel has in store for us after Spider-Man.
Which
Which
we assume, I think, the panel for Marvel's today.
I don't know. I read online that I couldn't find panel dates and times. The only thing that was like concrete for certain. Oh, that's one thing we can add for SDVCs. The only thing that was for certain was Agents of Shield stuff.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh, they've got this huge panel, they've got the whole like hall. I'm like, that's great that they're giving Agents of Shield
the time.
finally about time.
But so
we have nothing that we don't know.
Because
I imagine what's his name, Kevin Feige, would like to do the same thing that he did with a couple months, like a year or two ago, when he came on stage and had this whole huge timeline.
Oh yeah,
like I imagine
back before Civil War.
Yeah, that was way before Civil War. That was even before Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's what he wants to do, and that's in his mind. But the way to present it, I don't know if it's going to be at Comic-Con, if it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be there.
At D23 or.
No, it's going to be at Comic-Con. It's just we haven't heard, so we can't really talk about it. So
let's keep the Google. Let's look at the Google.
I don't know. I like that it's Wakiti come back because he.
Oh yeah,
he really revived that.
He revived that
series.
Yeah,
for that character.
He gave not just that character, but the Asgardian people,
yeah,
like everyone in general, and talking about. I don't know if Hulk will be in it, but that would be fun. To see a nod to Hulk again.
And this would be the first movie to get a fourth.
That's correct. Thor is now Marvel's longest running comic book movie series.
Technically, wouldn't Avengers be? Because Avengers is 4.
Does Avengers? Okay, I think this tagline was solo movie. Maybe it was.
It would be the longest
solo film
movie.
Yeah, that's what I read. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, you're right. Avengers would be 4.
The running or the
current. Well, it's gonna tie.
Yes,
it's gonna tie.
Co-leaders.
But in terms of single characters, he beats out Iron Man, Captain America, which is fine. Those characters have ended. That's cool.
But you could. I know we kind of joked about it even before we came on. Iron Man is for sure done.
Yeah, Iron Man's more or less done.
But you could do Captain America not time jump, but somewhere else in time he's doing something.
Captain America returning the Infinity Stones.
Not that, but they have him fight a different villain in time. Like he's technically on a different timeline.
Krang, the Time Lord.
Kang. You're thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I always got those two names mixed up.
Kang.
He
couldn't take Kang on himself.
I think
that's an Avengers thing.
You think so?
Yes. It's always been in the comics.
I get it, but but the way that they were putting Cap in with I'm going through time to replace the things. It's like, oh, Kang noticed.
Kang could.
Kang will remember this. Marvel's SDCC panels.
Is it on right now?
No, probably not.
It's Avengers. That's the game.
We're looking to busier. PS4 at 5:15 p.m. PT. So very late. We are gonna miss this. This will be next week's news. Clearly.
I can't talk about it. Yeah.
This will be clearly next week's piece.
Yes. So next week, tune in for Marvel special.
We'll see what happens.
Probably a whole bunch of release dates.
I wouldn't even say release dates. I would just say official announcements because they haven't really officially announced any movie past Spider-Man. They haven't officially announced anything.
Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2.
We know Doctor Strange.
Eternals.
Shang-Chi. Obviously Thor 4. But they haven't officially said these movies are coming out. They've just Kevin Feige has said we're gonna.
They have a director for Shang-Chi.
They can have it. Black Widow.
Eternals. There've been rumors, tons of rumors.
Black Widow's film as well, but there's nothing been officially concrete, and I think that SDCC will be the place to do that.
Oh yeah.
So we'll stay tuned. we'll stay tuned to see more.
Maybe Keanu Reeves and
Keanu Reeves.
in Eternals.
Just put Keanu Reeves in everything, please. Have him voice a Pokemon. I don't care. Whoa.
No. Pika Pika.
Pika Pika. Ryan Reynolds is just like, no, that's my thing.
Yeah.
It's my piece.
Yeah, so that's exciting news.
Yes. Thor. Like, I'm just excited to see more Taika. Like, it's just funny to watch in interviews, and
maybe get more Korg.
I'm always ready for more Korg. Let the revolution begin. Moving
to more. That's exciting news, but now we're going to move on to more.
Yes.
I got it. Depressing.
If you've already seen this show, you are one of the lucky first few, I guess. I don't know.
This show has been on for a while.
Yeah. So 13 Reasons on Netflix. It's a TV show about bullying. It's about suicide. Let's just say this.
A very controversial show, especially in the first season.
Well, I mean, even the second season was pretty rough too. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen either.
I have been told there is a specific scene that's like, you're gonna take smoking out of your shows, but you let that piece in. It's not. Apparently, it's not great. Anyway, so Netflix is going to be editing out the controversial scene. Was it at the end of the season 1 that piece happened?
I haven't seen it, so I have no idea when it happened. I know it happened.
I super remember watching it and been like, I don't feel very good about it.
From what I've heard, it was a 3-minute long, very graphic.
It is a 3-minute. So there's
scene.
So the show is kind of like a time jump back and forth between. Is it her name Hannah? I don't remember.
Yes.
Something. Let's call her Hannah. And it's talking about her life before she takes her life.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like this show that's going to meet somewhere in the middle where you finally get to see that scene where she ends up taking her life. And it's a pretty long scene. It's in a bathtub, and I'm not going to go into specific details about it just because it's pretty rough. But you see her do the deed.
Yeah.
It's not edited. There's nothing. There's no cuts or anything. You watch the whole thing. And Netflix is going to be finally editing that piece out, I guess. And I mean, I get why people are wanting that. It's not really.
Well,
To
me, it's surprising that it took this long. If you're gonna do it, why didn't you do it before season 2 came out?
Right.
At least.
So
the timing on this is kind of weird. Maybe it's to build up a little bit of hype for season 3, because I know it's coming out right away.
Season 3, I guess so. Like, honestly, in my personal opinion, the show shouldn't have lasted past the first season. That's just my personal opinion.
Season 3 apparently is going to be at a different school and different everything. It's different people.
Well, we'll see how. Maybe that'll be a little different, but the fact of the matter is, yes, Netflix is going back and finally taking that controversial scene out. So
yeah,
if
you've watched it before, watch it.
And
I think it's already done. I think it's already been edited.
Has it been already edited?
I assume so.
Okay.
It wouldn't take long.
No. It's especially if it's like specifically from this point in time, from this timestamp to this timestamp, out. It's not like we're editing smoking out of and that's another thing is Netflix is also editing some of the smoking scenes out of their own shows, which I think if the period piece is right, I think you should leave it in.
Yeah, I know Nick has mentioned it with Mad Men.
Which the one we just watched, Stranger Things. Was a big piece, like where
back in the 80s, yeah.
Oh, it was huge. Like just that scene in the diner with Hopper, and he was smoking. Like that was commonplace.
Yeah,
that was very common. So if it's era appropriate, I think it should be fine. But if it's something a little bit more modern, then probably keep that in mind when they're filming and editing. But yeah, Netflix is editing a lot of their shows lately. So,
which
it's their stuff. It's their stuff. I mean, obviously, there's tons of people putting a lot of pressure on their content, and it is what that is.
Yeah,
I'm not upset about it, but I'm actually more like you. I'm like why did you guys not? What they should have done, maybe I don't know if it's like appropriate or something that they could do, is have 2 versions of that episode.
And have like a parental control.
Yeah, some sort of like a PG thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you if you're watching that show, you're gonna watch it with your kids. Like
Yeah.
that's I wouldn't let my kids watch that show by themselves because
Well,
if they're gonna have questions about the content of that like not the episode but like the series in general, I would want to be there to have that discussion with them. I wouldn't want them to watch it on their phone or like
yeah, yeah.
away from my eyes. Like I would
Well,
like.
and I remember when the show first came out, every school
I got
where
that.
we are,
I got that email too from
we
people.
got to hand out a piece of paper to all the kids saying about the show for it to parents.
I,
Take
I
home.
I work in that industry with like a lot of mental illness, and yeah, we legitimately had a not a long meeting about it, but like we discussed it among the agency about like how we should go about like if people want to talk about
Yeah,
the show and how the illnesses that it represented.
yeah. So it was a
It's
big deal.
it's a cult. This show has had a on the show, but the book itself also had a huge cultural
Sort of
impact.
book.
Yeah, it started as a book,
Oh,
apparently.
didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like this medium has had a lot of impact. It has had a lot of impact on the culture of the way we see things, especially.
Yeah, and I mean it's nowadays it's commonplace. It happens all the time.
Yeah, a book that came out in 2008,
Oh, okay.
written in 2007. So, yeah, I get it, unfortunate, but I just hope that Netflix doesn't trickle this into other like I hope no other organizations pressure Netflix to edit their content. I get why they're doing this one, and it's totally fine. But
Yeah.
where do they put a pin in it? For
Yeah.
me,
No, exactly.
like where do they call it? Like no, you want to keep like marijuana use or something like that,
Would you?
or public drinking because like that happens all the time in Japan, but
Yeah.
here
But
like it's not a thing. So
would you say though that this may be pressure from the Disney Plus because you know that Disney Plus shows are not going to have that in there?
I honestly think that it keeping just to play devil's advocate for that piece, I would say that it would set them apart. Like to have that real stuff on their show. Like obviously they're gonna keep the Defender stuff and like it's like apples and oranges.
Yeah, yeah.
But the fact that the Defender stuff is so violent, it's a little bit more
It takes
adult.
out the sex scenes. Jessica Jones
Well, yeah, they're gonna take all the sex scene
and
from Luke
Luke
Cage.
Cage.
Luke Cage was a big one. Do you edit all like
Iron Fist.
blood out of like Daredevil because that guy gets yeah.
I don't think you could do that.
I don't
You
know.
got Punisher there too.
Punisher would be a big one. A side note, I like the fact that the Netflix deal with the um, the Defender stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to Punisher, so so Punisher can reappear on Disney Plus right away, whereas the four Defenders can't.
I don't think.
I-
I don't think you.
No, they're not going to, but like it's funny that that could happen.
Yeah.
It's just funny because it's like the original contract was only for the four of them, not Punisher.
Fair enough.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Lighter news for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Some lighter news. So we talked about the new Nintendo Switch Lite that's coming out in September. We talked about that ad nauseum
Yes.
last week, and of course the rumors of actually two Switch consoles coming out
Yeah.
is coming a little bit more to light. Well, I don't think Nintendo has officially announced this per se, but there's a lot of people in the company talking about the other Switch that's coming out. I think it's like next year or something like that. It's reportedly was the Switch Pro, for lack of a better term, but in reality, it's just going to be a Switch that has a bigger battery life. It's got a better screen on it, and that's
Switch
basically
2.0.
Basically, Switch 1.5.
Sure.
Switch 1.5. Switch DI. So remember the DSi? This is the version of that. It's basically the same hardware. The internals are basically the same, other than the battery. I think the screen is keeping the same as well. But the hardware processor isn't getting a bump. So
See, now this, for me, this would kind of, not that I'm getting a light or anything, but this is kind of annoying because now you've just, in a matter of a couple weeks, you've just announced two new systems that are very similar to each other.
mm-hmm.
It's a huge money grab.
Oh, it's a massive money grab.
They
So just this.
I know I'm not gonna
So reading this article from this website called New Atlas. I just picked up the first article.
Okay.
Just a week after Nintendo announced the Switch Lite, the company has quietly unveiled a hardware revision for its full-size Nintendo Switch console in August, or sold after August, or all Nintendo Switch consoles sold after August will have a much better battery life. So
This year.
they're actually what they're doing, from what this sounds like, is they're just cutting off after August, like the production models will no longer be that old model that we've seen.
Yeah.
And will now be this new one. So it's not like a third tier per se. It's just any future Switches that you buy after August or manufactured after August rather, will be this bigger battery life.
But still, like,
So it's not.
I don't know. It just seems I
I
don't like it.
But it doesn't make a huge difference to me, especially when it comes to the Switch hardware. You can actually unscrew it and put a new battery in, so it's not like the end of the world. The announcement came way by a tweet from Nintendo Japan, but no, it looks like the US store page also has the details as well. Let's see if we can open that in a... Oh, it's going to be in Japanese. Go, translate. Regarding a new model of Nintendo Switch that has the battery life increased. So it's not exactly a Switch Pro, but it's a bigger battery for future Switches. And it's like a hard hardware revision. It's not like you're getting a choice between two Switches anymore still. Or three Switches rather. It's just going to be the Switch and then the Switch Lite.
And would the Pro still be coming then?
It's unsure.
Either way, that it's kind of like I said. It's.
I think this.
I don't like when companies do this because.
Yeah,
it's a huge money grab.
Oh,
and I get it. You're a business, but
you're
just shooting out the same stuff over and over again, just putting a new label on it.
At the very least, though, they're keeping the same price tag on it, so they're not like charging more for it. So that's a positive. So, but if they do end up doing a Switch Pro, I can guarantee you it'll be more. It'll be at least like
it's like the Pro though, the PS. Or the
PlayStation 4 Pro and
yeah.
Xbox One X. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I get that there is a bit of a difference between the Pro and the regular systems, but still, you are just putting the same thing out.
Oh yeah, but at least this kind of gets around the whole. You don't need to have a specific Switch Pro to play any games. It's like you can still play Zelda on this. You can still play 1-2 Switch or. No. Any other games that have already been released, unlike the Switch Lite, you can't play. Well, right off the top of the bat, you can't play 1-2 Switch. You have to get extra Joy-Cons for that.
Yeah.
This is still a Switch model. They're not, like, they're not keeping two Switches on deck.
Yeah.
Which, that's cool. I mean, in August, because if it comes out in August. Then because I know my wife is still toss up.
Yeah.
Do I get the Switch Lite?
Yeah.
Do I get a regular Switch? She likes the idea of just plopping it on TV and playing Pokemon on TV, and I totally get that. Like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. At the very least, it's not gonna cost any more different. But that's my big piece.
Either way, it's coming out.
It's coming out in August or after August. All production
September.
Yeah, so just in time for the holiday season and just in time for Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I guess Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out pretty soon as well. So.
Yeah, it wasn't on August as well. They announced that.
They dropped more details about that too. So Luigi's Mansion Switch. Halloween.
Which is a good time for that.
Just like it's on Halloween, so that's really cool. I remember the last one wasn't released on Halloween, but.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
New Switch, if you're still hemming and hawing, maybe, and if you like the current model, kind of wait until August, because I'm not saying that there's no games coming out from here until then, but if you're really looking forward towards Pokemon, I'm sure you can wait a few more months for Zelda, to just play Zelda or Mario.
If you waited this long, you may as well just wait that month.
Yeah,
that
to get a bigger battery in that sucker. So moving on to let's talk about big stuff that's happening this weekend because it is San Diego Comic-Con
Yes.
2019.
Really.
And so we've got lots of trailers that popped up, lots of TV stuff that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
The
Like we said, the Marvel stuff.
Marvel stuff is
Not right now.
Yeah. So the only Marvel stuff that we can really confirm and talk about is the Agents of Shield.
Back for season 8.
No,
7?
it's back for season 7. We knew that it was back
Yeah,
for
yeah,
season
yeah.
7.
I wasn't sure.
But the big piece is that it is ending.
Yes.
It is officially ending after season 7.
Yeah.
They are not going to renew that contract if they were given an option, I think. But I like that. As
well, there should have ended a long time ago.
It should have ended last season.
Long time ago.
My opinion. They wrote a really good ending for it in season 5, so I don't know how I'm about 5 episodes behind in season 6 so far, but I'm told that it is massive. Some big stuff is happening, so I should get on that. But yes, Agents of Shield season 7 will be the last of it, and it makes me very happy because that gives. I like it. I always like it when show creators get that option to end their own show.
Yeah.
Because now they can just have this like victory lap season of just like cleaning up storylines, finishing up or doing what they really want, and then ending it the way they want it to. They don't have to worry about any cliffhangers. If they do put a cliffhanger, it'll just be like, maybe something light or something that ties into a movie or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Which could be a very real possibility still. We don't
Shield
know.
is probably a different timeline.
We don't know.
It's a different timeline.
It's so weird. It basically is. It's so weird. So that's the one big Marvel stuff that has been talked about. Obviously, there's comic book news as well, but we're not entirely well versed in it. I know that there's some weird controversial stuff with Captain Marvel at the moment, but
yeah.
It's kind of funny that Marvel Ultimate Alliance came out the day of San Diego Comic-Con.
I totally forgot that it was coming out.
I know. It's on my list.
I have to get it sometime.
It's super on my list. And what other San Diego Comic-Con stuff happened?
There was a bunch of trailers.
Yes.
Top Gun 2.
It's not Top Gun 2. It's like Magnum or something.
Top Gun 2.
No, it's like Magnum or something. Maverick. That's the one.
That's his code name.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, either way, I don't have that much reverence for the original Top Gun.
It's a good movie.
So,
I think the big surprise for everybody is that Tom Cruise actually showed up to Comic-Con.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, to announce it.
Good for him.
So that was the big thing about that whole thing. He actually showed up.
Keanu Reeves can do it for a video game. I can do it for Comic-Con.
I love it. I love these bigger name stars coming to something that's been around for so long.
Look at this!
So, I love it.
Watch this trailer for my new movie.
There's a Cats movie,
which
apparently everyone is in love with right now.
I'm not. I'm super not.
I thought people were in love with it.
I'm
That's the impression I got.
I super don't want this movie. I never liked the Broadway show to begin with.
Well, okay, that would probably
perhaps that's a little biased on my part, but I watched that trailer and I just got
a lot of big names in it.
Like James Corden, you've got Judi Dench, Idris I can never pronounce his name. Elba.
Yep.
Idris Elba's in it.
James Corden.
Yeah, James. I mentioned James Corden. Yeah. Which, if you look at the shot from him in the trailer, he kind of looks like the evil fat brother of the Cat in the Hat.
Okay. Yeah. He's probably a fat cat.
He is a very fat cat. But
Taylor,
yes, lots.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, like she doesn't do movies, does she?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Does she? Okay, I wasn't sure. I just shake it off. There's a lot of actors in this film.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a huge amount of actors, like people that I wouldn't normally associate with a musical, which I think is really cool for them to stretch out on that stuff. Like I get Idris Elba.
I think he was the big one, but I was just like, all right.
I'm sure there's other people in that film too that we just don't know yet.
Jennifer Hudson, that's what it was.
Oh yeah. Cats trailer. Yeah, it's.
What's her face?
Nick Offerman photoshopped in every role.
Yeah, IMDb would have it.
Cats, 2019. 2050,
2501.
Oh my god, there's more Cats sequels. Oh god. Cat. Let's go to IMDb.
Well, they kind of have some. But it's not the first musical.
Ian McKellen's in this film. Like, what is going on?
I have a feeling it's going to follow probably what Les Miserables was.
I think so.
Which I've never watched it from what I've heard. Though.
I like Les Miserables. It's not
nothing but a song.
It's nothing. It's not my favorite movie in the world, but it was fun, I guess.
Rebel Wilson, that's who it was.
Oh yeah, Rebel Wilson's in the film as another moderately obese cat. She's not obese anymore, but she's playing off of that in this movie. Yeah. I'm not thrilled that I totally forgot also that there was a Cats movie coming out because they mentioned it years ago, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then the trailer popped last night or the week before, the day before, and I'm like, wait, this movie's actually a thing.
Yep.
And it is what that one is. We'll leave it at that. It's coming out this winter, right?
Yeah.
December.
Yeah.
So it's this Christmas.
Yeah.
Cats. Yeah.
There was also It 2 trailer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited for this movie.
I'm so ready for this movie.
I didn't realize it was coming this fast though.
I knew it was coming.
Well, I forget every time that it's going to be in September.
Yeah.
And that's rated so close.
I'm so ready for this film. Oh man. Showing a little bit more Pennywise in the trailer, which is awesome.
Showing more of the adults.
More of the adults mixed in with the footage and stuff they shot for the kids.
And if people are paying attention, and if you know anything about the books or even the TV movie there, which I say that and I just remembered some of the news, you may notice in the trailer that there's a character missing. If you've read it or you've watched that other TV,
I've never watched the original one, so
you would know why.
I didn't read that book.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil that.
That's fine. That's fine. If they're not in the film for a reason, then we'll leave it at that.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Kind of sidetracking. I think it's the producers of the original TV movie are suing it.
Really?
Because they were owed 10%. Apparently, they were owed 10% of the profit, and they never got it.
Suing?
I think it's producers.
Producers sue Warner Brothers over It film adaptations.
Yes. So the guys who did the original miniseries on TV. Stephen Curry.
This Curry one?
The Curry one?
Yeah.
They are suing WB because they are owed 10% of the profits or something like that.
Okay.
That was a bit of side news. I just remembered that. It's just as
the suit. Yes, this is an article on Variety here. The suit alleges that Warner Brothers stopped issuing profit statements in '95 and never consulted each producer about the film adaptations. It was released in 2017, which grossed $700 million worldwide. Also, the suit claims that they're entitled to 10% of net profits of any remake, which the suit alleges would amount to tens of millions of dollars. So,
well, if it made $700 million worldwide, you owe 10% of that.
That's money, baby. That is money.
That's a fair bit chunk of change there. But yeah, so
the It Chapter 2,
September 6th.
Soon. That's soon.
Oh, so excited for it.
I'm actually pretty excited for it as well.
Not movie, but more TV based. There was the Witcher trailer dropped as well
on Netflix. I was confused.
I don't know the backstory to them. I've only kind of jumped into Witcher 3, so I don't know the entire back.
I get the impression that they're following the books more than the games.
Because the big thing I remember I was reading somewhere was that in one of the pictures, he doesn't have two swords.
Right.
And people were like, well, what's up with that? In the book, his silver sword is carried on his horse. Yeah. So he never carries around that other sword.
As long as Roach is in this TV show, which they released a picture of him, that's all that matters.
Henry Cavill did.
Yeah.
Said it's a long way to San Diego. I guess I should ride my horse, and showed a picture of him
on Roach.
On Roach.
So great. The only unrealistic part of that is the Roach isn't floating.
You never know.
Glitch. So exciting to see that. It does look very cool. It looks like they're kind of trying to tackle the Game of Thrones vibe of things. Obviously, I get it. It's that sort of mystical fantasy
Yeah.
realm. Yennefer does not look like Yennefer from the game, not even a little
They
bit.
say Yennefer, and I have no idea which game character that is. Like I said, I jumped in this. Is she the blonde?
No, that's not Yennefer.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yennefer.
Yennefer, Witcher 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's her. She does not look like.
She kind of does.
No, she's got a jaw thing, which I think might be more accurate to the book.
Probably.
Which I'm okay with. I'm actually surprisingly okay with that.
From what I've heard, this is going to be more true to the book.
Which I think is great.
Because the only reason why they added, like they said, the sword thing was because it was just an easy game mechanic to have two swords on you instead of running back to your horse, grabbing the other sword.
Yeah, that's logical.
So it's going to be more true to the book, which now that I know there's a book for The Witcher.
Oh yeah, it's a long running series too.
I should really get into that.
It's pretty rough. It's a hard read. I hear.
Is it?
It's not in English, so it's all translated.
Norwegian, I assume.
I think so. Witcher book series. Polish, written in Polish.
Yeah. So there's that, and then there was Dark Materials. Is it? I didn't watch that trailer.
I didn't watch many trailers.
It's
Jalen,
the Golden Compass stuff. I believe.
Oh, okay. So that's the movie.
The Dark Materials. I think the series is called Golden Compass, which is a part of it. Kind of like Game of Thrones.
Okay. Was it the picture of the polar bear with the helmety thing going on? Okay, I saw the thumbnail for that, but I didn't click it. So.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Material movie.
That's a TV show.
Show. Oh, it's going to be on HBO.
That would be why.
Okay, excellent. Well, good for the Golden Compass. I mean,
well, Golden Compass is a part of it, isn't it?
The other big one, Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh yes.
It's called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I love the fact that it's literally in the title called Reboot because you never see that.
Because they're trying to stop
a reboot of their comic book movie or something.
The comics that were based off of them originally is getting rebooted.
And so
they're trying to stop it.
And they're going to, ironically, San Diego. Is it San Diego Comic Con?
I think there were pictures in that trailer for San Diego.
So it's like they're going to another comic expo. Ironically, when this trailer got released on SDCC, to stop this reboot from happening. And wow, there's a lot of people in this movie. We knew Chris Hemsworth was in this movie.
Yes, because
he talked about that.
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Chong.
Hold on.
Oh, I again.
Silent Bob. I don't want to go too into like the
IMDb
because I know that I bet you there's surprises.
The guy.
Cameos. Jason Mewes is in this movie.
Oh, Jason Mewes is.
Sorry, not Jason Mewes.
He's not a cameo.
Derp. Not Jason Mewes. That's. Okay. Continue with add like.
No, just continue.
Who else is in this? Jason Mewes, Logan.
What's this? Justin Long is in it. That's what I thought that was. The daughter in it is
Rosario Dawson. Joe Maglione is in it. Yeah. What? James Vanderbeek.
Craig Robinson.
What's
Tommy Chong? That's what it
was. The guy from American Pie. What's his name again?
Jason Biggs.
Jason Biggs. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, Jason Biggs is in the film. Like they're just dropping everyone into this movie.
Blunt Man, Method Man.
Oh, was that the scene in the car where they're smoking up
and yes, the girl that's the blonde.
Yeah.
Is Kevin Smith's daughter. That's Harley.
Oh, good for him.
So that's her daughter. That's his daughter in the movie. Playing Jay's kid.
There was a massive like callback to the original film. It was like, this man has no deck. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's in there. Like, what is happening with
Blunt Man is Method Man. Blunt Man is just a character. It's not
a... I just find it funny that this movie trailer dropped during Comic-Con about a movie at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So
Jay and
It looks
Silent.
interesting. I kind of need to watch the other ones, I guess.
I don't think I've seen the second. I think I've
Is
just
this
watched
the third or is this the?
I think it's just the second. There's been at least 3. Jay and Silent Bob film series. Does Clerks count?
No.
Okay.
Well, they've been in it, but
Okay.
Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2, Super Groovy cartoon movie, reboot, and Moose Jaws.
They are the stars of their own 2013 animated comedy film. Okay. So it looks like 3 then?
Approximately.
Because does Clerks and Clerks 2 count? Because they're in the set universe.
Well, they're
right?
in it. It's all his universe.
Yeah. So 13 years after the Clerks 2, 13 years after the events of the first Clerks, 5 years after the event of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay.
It's numbering is hard.
No, they renamed everything, and it's just all over the place.
Yes.
So yes, I believe there were more trailers. I just never got around to watching them.
Let's SDCC 2019 trailers. Every
Well,
Comic
there's
Con
Walking
trailer.
Dead one.
Oh, there's a Walking Dead movie.
Yes, Rick Grimes is.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Movie.
Okay, you can tell. You can spoil it to me.
I don't really watch the show, but I know what
okay.
happened.
Okay,
I know what happened.
What happened to this character? Did they kill his character off or something?
No, he went away.
Oh, because I know that he was leaving the show.
Someone took. He went with a different group somewhere, and they had a helicopter and everything, and they took off with him.
And so,
like he went willingly. And
okay, so I was under the impression he died or something
Nope.
like that because I knew he was leaving the show.
His kid died.
Okay.
Now his daughter, because they did a time jump in the show, his daughter, who was a 1 or 2 in the show, is now like 6 or 7, and she's in charge
Okay.
of the group. That's all I know.
But there's a Walking Dead movie now, which is a first, right? It's never.
It would be, yeah.
They've never had a movie, right?
It's interesting.
Terminator stuff.
They kind of did stuff.
But new pieces.
The big thing with the Terminator Dark Fate is they said the kid from Terminator 2 is
he's
going
back.
to be in it.
And I remember watching Terminator 2 a couple weeks back, and telling to my wife, I'm like, this movie is unreal. Like it still stands up today.
I think 2 was probably the best one.
It is still probably one of the best ones. And so I actually looked up what the kid's doing on IMDb.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, no, he doesn't.
Nothing.
He doesn't do anything.
No.
Some of them don't do anything. There was a.
What is
21 Bridges?
What is 21 Bridges?
The Russo brothers are directing it.
Oh, okay.
It's a cop.
Okay.
Movie.
I thought they were all with Netflix.
No.
Right now.
Nope.
They're doing stuff with Netflix. Okay,
there's
so far that's all. That's the trailery stuff. No big news announcements other than that.
Yeah, that's
San Diego Comic-Con this weekend.
Tune in next week for more
this. Or we might find something in the next hour. We don't know. We don't know.
Well, if we do, we're going to talk about it in a post-credit show.
We don't know. That's it. That's all we got. I don't think anything else really happened this week.
No, it's not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for joining on the show. Thanks for coming down.
Yes.
Watching us. Here, if you like what you saw, subscribe to our website and all our social media feeds. www.barrelrollnews.com is where you'll find our website. Just share this link, like the page, retweet all social media stuff.
Gently click the subscribe
Smash
button.
it! Smash it!
Gently touch it.
Smash it!
Just gently. Gentle click.
We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. We're going to reset some stuff, and we're going to go to the post-credit
Revive the
show.
hamsters.
Revive the hamsters. Yeah, I think they're dead. Because, we'll just go get new ones.
Yeah.
We'll just get new ones.
It's gross.
Or we're going to talk on the post-credit show.
With stuff.
We talk about movies we've watched, games we've played, and everything else in between.
Yes.
So give us a couple minutes, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
You ended.